औज़ुबिल्लाहिमिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली अल्लाहुम्मा अफ़्तह अलैना हिकमतक वंशरनी रहमतक या ज़ल जलाली वल इकराम अल्लाहुम्मा इन्नी असअलुका इल्मन नाफ़िअन व अमलन मुतक़ब्बलन व रिज़्क़न तय्यिबा अल्लाहुम्मा अफ़नी फ़ी बदनी अल्लाहुम्मा अफ़नी फ़ी समी अल्लाहुम्मा अफ़नी फ़ी बसरी ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानका इन्नी कुन्तु मिनज़ ज़ालिमीन. Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Okay, now let's link our topic with these objectives. Is part of your O level. So let's check that how much we have covered according to these objectives. So here is the book and these are the objectives. Okay, now understand that data is broken down into packets to be transmitted. This concept is clear. Okay, what is the purpose of converting the data into small chunks or data packet or datagram? What is the reason behind it? Concept is clear or not? Yes or no?
Clear.
Good. Okay, now describe the structure of packet. We have thoroughly discussed this structure of packet. What kind of information is stored in the data packet and what is the structure of that data packet? Look here. This is the structure of data packet. It has header, payloader and trailer. You can watch the previous video as well that you will find in the description of this video. I've thoroughly explained and revised these topics. You can check back. Okay, this concept is clear. Now describe the process of packet switching. And we have done its exercise as well. Describe that I have assigned you as a homework. What is the purpose of packet switching and what are the advantages and disadvantages of packet switching? We have discussed this thoroughly. Hopefully you are not having any problem till here. Thumbs up if there is no problem till here, like that. Good. What about Mariam? Good. Okay, now moving towards the next objective, which is our describe how data is transmitted. Because we are discussing the topic data transmission, first we have converted the data into small chunks, packets, so that we can easily transmit across the network from computer A to computer B. Now describe how data is transmitted from device 1 to another device using different method of data transmission. Now we are going to discuss different method of data transmission and it's over here. Method, this one. We have done this exercise. If your concepts are clear, then you can easily solve activity 2.1. If still you are facing some problem, then you can get back to me. Okay, now so 2.1.2 data transmission. So here is the objective, how data is transmitted from one device to another using different method of data transmission. So it's over here. Data transmission can either be over a short distance. Short distance mean, for example, you are sending the data from computer A to computer B. Maybe you guys are sitting in the same room. You are transmitting the data for the short distance, sharing file, like in ICT lab, computer lab. Or let's say you want to take a printout and you give a command control P, and then you will get a printout, a hard copy of that. For example, I want to print this page, so I will just give a command control P, and then it will give me what? Let's say print. And then when you click on printer, after selecting select a suitable printer, click on print command. So you are sending the information towards the printer and it is one-way communication. This is for short distance. For example, computer to printer. Over a longer distance, for example, from one computer to another in a global network. For example, you are sitting right now at your home, in your drawing room, in your bedroom. You are taking online class. So we can consider this as a long distance communication. We are sitting on the remote location. Essentially, three factors need to be considered when transmitting the data. We can transmit the data with the help of instant messages as well. Okay, and then what are the three factors that need to be considered? What are those factors when we are transmitting the data? The direction of data transmission. Okay, in which direction you are transmitting the data? For example, data can transmit in one direction only or in both directions. Right now we are sending and receiving the data in both directions. You guys are receiving my voice. The same way, when you will respond back, I will get some information as well. I will receive your responses. That's called two-way communication at the same time in the real time streaming. Getting my point? Okay, and only one direction only mean when you are just sending the information towards the printer, please print this document. So this is called one-way communication from computer to printer. We will thoroughly discuss this in next points. Okay, now then method of transmission. For example, how many bits can be sent at the same time? जी जी बाबा यहाँ पे जी जी. Okay, now okay, how many bits we are sending from computer A to computer B? Let's say we are sending one bit at a time, or we are sending 1 byte of information at the same time. So this is called method of transmission. The same way, third point is how data be synchronized. That is how to make sure that received data is in a correct order. So some kind of error checking method we can apply over here to ensure that data will receive at the destination and in correct or incorrect sequence. So now let's start. These factors are usually considered by the communication protocols. Communication protocols means that rules. Protocols are the rules. We set rules to follow when we are sending and receiving some messages. Okay, now here is data transmission modes: simplex, half duplex and full duplex. There are three types of data transmission modes. One is simplex, half duplex and full duplex. Simplex means simplex occurs when data can be sent in one direction only. For example, sender to receiver. Right now you guys are acting like that because you guys are not asking any question. So I'm considering this as a one-way communication because I'm only talking. So we can say it's not a student-centered class, it's only teacher-centered class. Only teacher input is there and student input is almost 0%. So school and the other teaching authority don't appreciate such kind of environment. So please, when you have question you can ask. Okay, now I really appreciate when you will ask something. Okay, now simplex occurs when data can be transmitted in one direction only. For example, a sender to receiver. An example of this would be sending data from computer to printer. Hopefully there is no confusion about simplex data transmission. It is one-way communication from computer to printer. That's it. Okay, now half duplex data transmission means we are sending and receiving the data in both directions but not at the same time. Here is the protocol. When we send the data in both directions but not at the same time. For example, data can be sent from computer A to B and from B to A along the same transmission line, but they can't both be done at the same time. An example of this would be walkie-talkie. Yes, this is the best example. Walkie-talkie, only one person where a message can be sent in one direction only at a time, but message messages can be both receive and send. With the help of walkie-talkie, only one person can speak at a time, the other person just receive that message. And when it is done, then another person can reply. So this is the example of walkie-talkie. So it's called what? Half duplex data transmission. Now the third one is the full duplex data transmission. Right now we are using full duplex data transmission. We are sending and receiving the data in real time in both direction at the same time. I am sending the data and I am receiving the data in both direction at the same time in real time. For example, data can be sent computer A to B and B to A along the same transmission line simultaneously. An example of this would be broadband internet connection. Yes, we are, look here, we are sending messages as well. Broadband connection will help us to transmit such kind of information like audio, video in the real time streaming, isn't it? Till here, this is all about the mode of data transmission. If you have any question related to modes of data transmission, you can ask. This was our point number, this one. The direction of data transmission, called mode of data transmission. Simplex, half duplex and full duplex. We are transmitting the data in one direction only or in both directions. At the same time or not at the same time. Any question? Because now we are jumping towards the next topic.